Hi guys, welcome to a webinar of Openlm. Today we'll be going over how you can get notified by the Openlm system and also how Openlm can allow you to control your usage. Now, if you have any questions during the webinar, please go ahead, just ask. There's the questions box in the GoToWebinar tool. You can just go ahead, ask. I'll answer any question once I see it. Now, what does that mean to get notified and also control usage? Which components do we need to do that? So first of all, we'll be taking a look at the alerts management. So most of you might already know the alerts management, but you might not have any idea of how far it can go. Next, we'll actually take a look at the options file management, which is also called allocations management. Now, this allows for editing options files remotely using an interface which I'm about to show you. Now, we'll also see how we can notify the end user, and we'll see how we can control his usage using the applications manager. So, just before I jump into the thick of things, I would like to go over the general structure, the general deployment of Openlm. Now, first of all, you'll install the Openlm broker on the license server. Now, you might have many vendors there. You'll simply need to install one Openlm broker there, and it will transmit information to the Openlm server or Openlm core, which in turn stores the database, calculates the information, and also allows you to connect using any device, using any browser to view the reports. Now, you might have many licensed servers, so you'll have Openlm broker on each one of them, and Openlm core will be centralized. So the Openlm agent is to be installed on the workstations, but only in order to get a few extra functionalities, which we will see today. So let's jump right in. We said that we'll start with the alerts management. We'll start with how to get notified by the Openlm system, how you as an admin can get notified, and how the users, the end users themselves, can get notified. So let's check it out. If we go to administration and alerts management, then we'll be able to see all the different alerts that Openlm has to offer. Now, Openlm alerts you when certain criteria are met. You'll get an email, but the user involved with the infringement can also receive the email. So let me go one by one and you'll see what I mean. So these are all the options for you to get notified on. For example, you can get notified when a licensed server is not responding. So let's say a licensed server or a licensed manager went down. You want to know about it. So Openlm will send you an email or just send you an SMS, whatever you define for it to do. But it can also detect that the license manager is down and try to start it automatically. You can also get notified when a certain feature is about to be maxed out. Meaning, let's say I have 100 licenses of AutoCAD, and currently 91 users have pooled licenses, have checked out licenses. So it's like over 90%. So I'll get notified about it, telling me that, hey, there's a situation with your licenses. This feature is being maxed out, is being stressed. Please check that. So of course that it's editable. You can choose whichever value you'd like, over 90%, over 80%, whatever you choose. You can do that for all the features or just selected features that you're interested in. Now you can also get notified when someone is using the same application twice on the same machine. Now this depends on the policy, because some policies might allow for 2 instances to be open. It will still count as 1 license, but some policies, these 2 instances count as 2 licenses. So you can define what do you mean by duplicate license usage. Same license on multiple workstation, related license on single workstation, and so on. So you can also get notified when a duplicate license is pulled, is checked out. Now in this case, the end user himself can also get notified. You can notify the involved user when sending an email, and the user will be able to receive the same email you receive, but you can add a customized text to it, a customized title. Meaning that the user will automatically receive a message saying that, hey, you're using 2 instances of, let's say, AutoCAD. Please use just 1. If you don't have to, don't use 2. Whatever you choose. Now another important alert is the fact that Openlm can notify you when a license is about to be expired. So here it's 2 weeks, but you can define whatever value you choose. So let's say you have licenses and they're about to expire, so you don't have to keep track of what you have when they expire and keep looking at it. You simply wait for Openlm to just notify you. And that's it. Now, user is not in default group or project. That helps for finding unauthorized usage in the system. Let's say that you have your Openlm system connected to your Active Directory and all your users are in your Active Directory. So if all the users are under groups coming from the Active Directory, users which are not assigned to any group means that they are checking out licenses with unauthorized usage. You don't know who they are, which group they're from. Openlm doesn't recognize them, but it does see that they checked out a license, so you can get notified on that. You can get notified when someone is using the application for too long. For example, over 10 hours. So a shift is about 9, maybe 10 hours. If you're using more than that, then maybe you'd like to know about it. Maybe you'd like to know after 3-4 days of usage. So Openlm can notify you on those infringements. Also, again, the end user himself, he can get on an email saying that, hey, you've been using AutoCAD for too long. Please put back the license, or whatever you choose. And maximum number of denials in a period of time. What does that mean? Let's say you get 100 denials in 5 minutes from a certain license server. So something is wrong there. Either the license server is down, or maybe the license is expired, or maybe there just is some kind of network issue where users cannot pull licenses. This indicates that something is wrong with the system. Users are trying to get licenses, but are denied from doing so, and a lot are denied from doing so. So something is wrong with the licensing system. You can get notified. Now, of course, that you can get, as I said, notified by email. If you set up your SMS server, then you'll be able to get notified by SMS. You can just show an alert in Openlm. You can just add this to the event log or run a command on the license server itself, meaning that you can start, stop, or reread the license file automatically when something here is triggered. For example, license server not responding. Now, this is the admin notification option, let's say. The admin and the end user can get notified, but the admin decides on what. The admin decides on everything. Now there's one more thing under agent policy that you might not have known about. It's called available license notification. Now what is that? Let's say that you walk in the office in the morning, you check out a license, you log on to your workstation, you check out an AutoCAD license, but you get denied. So what do? So you try to get the license again and again and again and again and again and again. Like for half an hour you try to get the license. Oh, that's very wasteful. That it wastes your time, your engineer's time, and wastes money eventually. So that user can count on the Openlm agent to notify him, to simply notify him when the license has become available. So I'm gonna try and replicate that situation right here. So you'll see the notification which the agent presents the end user. The notification itself pretty much says, hey, remember that license you got denied from? Well, now it's free. You can try and go get it. Now I'm pulling an AutoCAD license right here, checking out the license, and while this is open in one workstation, I'm going to try and open AutoCAD on another workstation. So I'm going to try and open AutoCAD, and of course that I won't have any licenses left. I will get denied. So as the first user, once I'll close this application, here you see I got denied on this workstation, while this workstation has a license. So I got denied. I'll click OK, OK, I got denied. What can I do? Now I don't have to try and get the license again and again. Openlm simply notifies me, so I can go and do something else. I can work on something else and wait for the Openlm system to notify me. So now, let's say I work with it, and now I'm finished with AutoCAD. So I'll close AutoCAD, and it will take about between 2 to 3 minutes to receive the notification right here, which I will show you later on. Notification which will say, hey, the license you got denied from is now free. So I'm going to come back to it in a minute because I don't want you to stare at an empty screen for like 2 minutes. So meanwhile, I'm going to go and show you how you can actually control your license usage. Like, we're talking about ways to automate the Openlm system. We're talking about ways to get you less involved with the monitoring process and more involved with the management and control processes. So we want to automate everything. So the notifications allow you to automate by criteria that you define. You can get notifications on anything. But controlling the licenses themselves can also be done automatically, and you can automate the system to prevent license checkouts when certain criteria are met. So let me show you what I mean. There are a few ways to do this. First of all, if you're using a FLEXlm license manager, then you probably know all about options files. Now, options files is a FLEXlm file which allows you to reserve licenses to certain users, to exclude users from certain applications, from including them in other applications, maybe reserving a maximum amount of licenses for them. There are many options in the options file, but Openlm enables you to easily edit the file because it's a text file. It's a text file, and it's a horrible text file. Let me show you an example of a FLEXlm options file. So this is a short one, but people, sometimes organizations have many different rules, many different groups, conditions, reservations there, and it gets complicated. Let's say if you have let's say 20 rows, well, no problem. If you have 20,000 rows, if you have many different users and you manage your FLEXlm allocation using options files, so you probably know that, well, errors happen. It's really hard to edit this to be exact. You need someone that works with options file, knows all about it. It's not very simple, and it's very prone to error. So how can Openlm help you with that? Now, before we go there, not showing. So before we go there, I just want to show you what we can do with it. So how easy it is to add a new group to a certain feature. So let's say that right here, I want to assign to this feature a certain group. So let's add a certain group. And let's say I want UK marketing to be included to this feature. So you see, I simply selected the feature, added the group, and that's it. It's added to the options file. So it's include to this feature, this group. And this group has these people inside. Now it can't be simpler. You simply click deploy, and it deploys the changes to the license manager itself, to the options file itself. So you can remotely and easily configure the license file without having to open it and doing it manually. So let's take this aside. Now, what else can we do with Openlm? How can Openlm help you control license usage besides FLEXlm? Let's say you're not using a FLEXlm license manager. Let's say that you're using DSLS, you're using RLM, LMX, whatever, whichever license manager we support. So for that, we have the Applications Manager. Now the Applications Manager, what it does, first and foremost, it helps you monitor basically any type of application. It helps you monitor named, node-locked, just standalone applications. Pretty much anything that you'd like can be monitored by the Applications Manager. But why did I say that it helps you control license usage? Besides monitoring, you'll also be able to actually control license usage itself by, well, first of all, you'll be able to cap the amount of licenses. So let's say you got a vendor that tells you, okay, I'm going to give you 20 licenses. But if you go over the 20 licenses and the 21st user checks out the license, then I'm not gonna deny him from getting the license. He will get the license, but you will pay dearly. You will pay double, triple. You will pay for that license. So let's try and go and see it in action. So first of all, let's say that I set the limit up to 0. Okay, so I'm not supposed to be able to get even licenses. Because I'm one person, it's for testing, so 0 for now. And if I try to check out a license, let's show it there. I try to check out a license, I get denied from doing so. So license limit application reached. Now what can you do besides that? Well, it can help you basically allocate usage to different users. So what can this do? You can set different rules that have different conditions. So for example, if the application is an Autodesk application and the version is 2017 and time is, let's say, after 8 and before 5, then deny usage. That's one example, but you can string different rules together to get all the conditions that you want. You can get like a rule map and allow and deny usage to different groups, to different workstations, based on different criteria. So for example, you can say, okay, group named Group Sagi can only use Autodesk 2017 or 2019. This allows you to, for example, ensuring that all your users will only use Autodesk 2019, for example, and they won't use 17 or 18 because you got a better policy on 2019. Now, this again is for all different types of applications. May they be standalone like Adobe applications or floating applications, doesn't matter. It allows you to allocate the usage according to criteria that you define. You can even say that if you're under Group USA, you shouldn't be able to work outside your working hours. So you'll get denied outside your working hours. There are many different rules that you can string together to get the impact that you're looking for. So let's do a test here. Let's say that I'm going to try and pull an Autodesk application. The time is after 8 and I would like to deny that. Oh, by the way, there's the message that popped up right here. Forgot about it. It says this feature you're looking for has been released for use. So now if I try to pull it, there are licenses left in the pool. I did get denied, but also I did get notified by Openlm agent. Now this is as an end user. Now it took a few minutes. It took like 3 to 5 minutes to get this. This is just to make sure that once the user released the license, so let's say he had a power down or something. So we don't want everybody to start getting his license. There is a grace period of about 3 to 5 minutes that the user can come back and get that license. It will not be broadcasted that he left the license. This is why it took a bit longer. But there we go. We see it up there, notifying the user that now we can pull the license. But I should get denied by the app manager now because this is the rule that I set. So let's try to open AutoCAD now. And what do I get? Application, AutoCAD, access denied due to normal USA working hours rule, which is this rule. Now we have something else here. Something saying that message from Sagi outside working hours. Now where did this come from? This is a custom command that I sent along with the denial. So I told the app manager, I told it, okay, deny when these criteria are met, but also pop up a message saying that you're outside of working hours. So this is a CMD script, a command prompt script. You can just type in anything and run it on the end user workstation when this happens. So you can pop up a message, you can I know of users that pop up a message saying that you're outside of your working hours, you're outside your group, outside your IP, not in the correct workstation, not using the correct. So they have, for each one, they have a different set of denial message. So you can use that. It's very, very nice. So now that we allow it, then I'll be able to easily get the license again because nothing will be blocking me. The limit here is 2. I'll be putting 1 license and I don't have anything blocking me or denying me. So going back here, I'll try to pull an AutoCAD license and this time I do get it. So Basically, these are the 4 ways to either get notified by Openlm or to actually control the usage itself. Now, we're trying to show that Openlm has automatic functionalities. It allows you to automate the licensing process. So using these applications, the license checkout, the allocation, control, the notification, all of them make your system much more automated, and you don't really need to go into the system each time and see what's going on and maybe manage it, because Openlm in some parts can manage itself. You can even schedule reports to be sent out via email. If we open any report of Openlm, for example, here we'll open the license user report, and each report has the share button, which allows you to either just share the link, share by email, or schedule it. So scheduling it allows you to, well, let's say you have a manager that wants to know Autodesk usage weekly. He wants to get it every Monday. So you can schedule it to his email every Monday, the last week, and exactly what he wants. You can have hundreds of those going out to different people, or maybe to you, whatever you choose. So this further automates the Openlm system, because you don't even have to open up the report. You just get it to your email automatically as a CSV file or as an image if it's a graph. If it's a table, you get a CSV file to work with. And basically this is it. These are the ways to increase the automation of Openlm to help you control the usage and get notified on it. So now I would like to answer some of your questions. So just go ahead, ask away. I see I already have a few questions right here in the questions box. So go right ahead, ask anything that you would like to know. I'll be happy to answer. But if you don't have any questions, you don't want to ask anything, then either you can call us or chat with us if later on you do have a question and you do want to know something. So if you log on to the Openlm website, then you'll be able to just call us up by clicking here. You'll get the chat interface. You'll be able to start chatting with us, or just contact us and you'll be able to call us up over the phone, or just send us an email, support@openlm.com. Now, before I move on to the questions, one more thing that I want to add: we have a new service called Health Check. We assign a support engineer to your organization. You have a remote session, and the support engineer simply goes over the whole system, see if it's healthy, sees if you have any extensions that you purchased but you're not using. Maybe you have a few license managers which are not monitored correctly. Maybe you have loads, or maybe errors in the logs, or even unvalidated data inside there. So Openlm has the health checkup, which allows you to get a support engineer to go over your whole system, not just, oh, I have a problem here, I have a problem there. We go over your whole system and see if anything needs to be attended to. So you can also contact sales@openlm.com and get a checkup. You can even just call support and we'll set up a checkup with you, see that your system is up to date and running well. So let's go to questions now. So could you show us the easy access report scheduler, which we have not used before? Is it possible to suppress the output if there is no records? So no, you get a notification on the schedule that you set. If it's empty, then you just get an empty file. This is a good idea. We should open a feature request on that. Please send an email to support@openlm.com with that request, and we'll just add it as a feature request, and in later versions we will prevent it from being sent if it's empty. But just let me demonstrate it for a moment. Now just what you want to do, I'm not going to demonstrate the report itself because I need to set up the mail details here and everything. So just to give you an overview, you open up any report, you go to share, schedule, and then the screen right here will show you, first of all, give it a name, group, whatever. Now you can send it to a user, and if that user has an email in his details, then it will just send it to his email. You can do the same with the group or with just an email that you can type in. You can decide when you want to get notified and what will be the durations, meaning that you want to get the report once at midnight or every 1 hour or whatever you choose. So once you click OK, you'll be able to see the schedules under Start, Scheduling Tasks. Michael is saying, my options file tile is grayed out. Do you know why? Okay, so if this tile is grayed out, then it can mean one of two things. One, either you're using light version and not evaluation, enterprise, or whatever. And two, you might be just not licensed to it. If you go to Start, Administration, Openlm license, then you have all the features that you are licensed to. So in order to change and edit the options file, you'll need this. You'll need the FLEXlm options file management with a quantity of 1. So check that. Maybe you're not licensed to it, but you can get an evaluation for it. You'll get a 30-day evaluation from sales only for this part, and you'll be able to test it out and see if it works for you if you want to keep working with it. Okay, I hope it answers your question. Okay, I see Thad is asking about the alerts management. Now, let me just open that back up. The alert management allows you to indeed string different rules together. You have OR here. Now, you can have it as OR or AND, meaning that you can string those together or just any one of them triggered, then you'd want to get notified. You can string a few together and have many different rules. What you've seen here is just a rule with everything thrown inside. You can have a rule with not everything, but specific things that you want to monitor. And you can have many different rules. You can string them together with an AND or pretext. Okay, and so I guess that's about it. If no one has any more questions, I would thank you very, very much for joining me on this webinar today. I hope it was informative. I hope you found out about something in Openlm that you really didn't know about. And if you have any questions, anything, just let us know by email, chat, or just call us up. Thanks. Bye, guys.